Oh. Huh. Okay. Well, that worked for some reason. Oh, it's private. Wait a minute. I got to make this public. How do I make it public? Okay, public. Done. Save. Hey, I look normal now. I have no idea what caused that. None whatsoever. That made no sense at all to me. I just stopped the stream and restarted it, and now I look normal. So hopefully you all will come back and we can get started. This is very strange. I don't know why this did this. Hello. Welcome back. I look normal now. This is so weird. I don't know. I didn't do anything except stop the stream and restart it. So something was screwed up on that stream. I don't know what, but it's working fine now. So let me see if I can play music for you. Let's see. No. Okay, that's that. All right. Just hold on be patient with me while I try to sort this out. Okay. Okay. I just updated my software, and for some reason now I can't do any Google Chrome at all, so I have no ability to play any music for you. I can't explain that either. I'm going to have to fiddle with it, try and figure it out. What is ASMR? And baby metal, what's that about? Have you tried any web browser? Yeah. I guess I could try. I'm using Google Chrome, but I could try Safari and see if I can see that. Where's Safari? Good grief. I'll tell you one thing about getting old is having trouble with your eyesight is really fun. Let's see. YouTube.com. No, I do not want capital shopping. Thank you very much. Now let me see if I can get this up. All right. Okay. I don't know how I can go past the ads, but it doesn't matter. I can tell if it's working by going here, and it's set to Google Chrome. Let me try Safari. Safari. No. Weird. Well, that's going to be a problem. I won't even be able to create videos unless I can figure that out. Oh, well. In the meantime, let's get back to the purpose of this broadcast, if you want to call it that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm supposed to be able to see the chat inside of OBS, but I'm not seeing that. And I cannot do any browser windows. So I won't even be able to make videos till I figure that out. That's going to be a pain. I'm going to take these headphones off because they just they interfere with my ability to talk. I want to know how long it would take to react to my request. It's Naruto Shippuden. Naruto. Let me take a look. Naruto. I'm not finding that. Didn't I type it right? Maybe I didn't type it right. Yeah, Naruto. Well, actually, it's number. It's number 2870. No, yeah. It's number 2870. So the reality is it could be any time, because I do my selections now of the requests that I have in the queue based on AI and random selections. So it could be any time. You never know. I've got well, let me tell you exactly now. I have 3,565 requests in my queue now. So if you divide that by 6, let's see, 3,565 divided by 6, that's 594 days. That's how much, doing 6 a day, that's how much I have in the queue right now. So it could be any time from tomorrow to 564 days from now. It just depends on whether it gets selected early or not. Yeah, I know about Baby Metal Azure. I've done a bunch of reactions to them. I want to know why. Okay, you've asked that several times now. Probably a while, if that helps. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Do you have a way to filter out requests for things you've watched already? Someone to go through the list, maybe. No, I haven't been able to figure out a way to automate that. I asked AI to find duplicates for me, but AI did a really terrible job, and so I didn't even try to delete anything that it told me to. Right now, I'm just doing it manually. If I happen to spot something on the list while I'm getting my selections each day, I'll just delete it right then. Another thing I've decided is that I'm not going to do multiple requests for the same song by the same artist. I've done that in the past. I've done quite a few for Amira Billighagen, but I have so many requests and so many people wanting me to do things that I think it's unfair to have it, to do multiple reactions to the exact same song by the same artist just because it's a different setting. They were live here, they were live there, whatever. So from now on, what I'm doing is I'm eliminating songs from the list that are ones that I've already reacted to, but I have to do it all manually. I don't have a process I can use. I've tried to automate as much as I can, which is why I have the reaction request form and I have the spreadsheet that it feeds into, which that saved me a world of time. but I haven't figured out how to automate the discovery of duplicates. And part of the problem is that not everyone makes the request the same way. They don't spell the words the same way. They don't list the song the same way. They even use different URLs. So right now it's just manual. Thanks for asking that. That was legendary. Dudes Gaming. Sorry. Were you in the war? No. I served during the war, but I didn't serve in the war. All of my duty was on the East Coast. I was assigned to a secret unit doing underwater surveillance. It used to be classified, but it's not anymore, so you can look it up on the web. It's called Project Caesar, Caesar. And basically what we were doing was we were listening to underwater sounds like propellers, generators, those kinds of things. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that. I was stationed in Newfoundland, Canada for 2 years. I was stationed in Cape Hatteras, North Carolina for 2 years. And in both places, we could pick up Russian nuclear subs coming out of Guantanamo Bay from that distance. So that gives you some idea of the capability. It was fascinating work. I was an electronics technician, so I wasn't directly working on the detection part of it, but I was quite familiar with it because I had to repair the equipment when it broke down. What am I going to do on the stream? Well, I was hoping to play some music, but when I started up OBS, it updated. And since the update, I can't figure out how to get a browser up on the screen to show you. And that's going to be a problem if I can't do that to do my reactions. I'm really kind of screwed. I'm going to have to go find some other software. So I got to figure that out. So right now what I'm doing is just answering questions. Okay. Let's see. Buffering. Well, that's got to be on your end because I have a 1 gigabyte connection here. So, Paul, come back. Did I go away? Ask us to give you numbers and then see which songs will those be in the request list. Okay. Give me a number and I'll tell you what it is. I think that's Frogzor 1. I wanted to, but I can't figure it out. The software isn't letting me see the browser, and so I can't play music. It's kind of sad. It's nice to just hang out and chat. No worries. Thank you, Azure. Do you only just react to song? No, I do reactions by request. So if someone requests something that's not a song, I'm going to react to it. And I actually was, the most interesting one I've ever had was I was asked to analyze a video about a Filipino mission against some terrorists, which is way, way outside my ballpark, but I gave my best judgment regarding what they did. But that's one example. Mostly I get music requests, but I do occasionally get others as well. And I will react to them because I'm a reaction request channel. So if you request something, I'm going to react to it. I try to stay away from things that are more than 30 minutes long. But I have done a couple, I think, that were that long, or close to it, over 20 for sure. Cool. Why do you not want to get monetized? I don't need the money. Honest to God, I do not need the money. I am well situated in retirement, and I just, and the really, it's not the money so much as I can't stand the ads that interrupt music. And so I knew that if I monetized, I would have ads breaking right in the middle of the music I was playing. And I hate that. Absolutely hate it. And so that was the reason why I chose not to monetize. Just because you were not in combat doesn't mean you did not serve in the war. Well, yeah. The reason why I call myself Vietnam era vet is because anybody who's a veteran will know what that means. It means that I served during the war, but I did not serve in the war. Now, I did have a cousin who was killed in Vietnam. We were very close, and I went to his funeral 3 days before I went to boot camp. That was tough. That was really tough. And the worst part of it is he was killed by that ugly military euphemism, friendly fire, which is not so friendly when you get hit by it. It's like, it's such a stupid euphemism. They should just say he was killed by our troops. I can tell you that story if you want to hear about it. What was the war about? Wow. Oh, okay. Do you have an hour? Basically, it was about stopping the spread of communism. And it did that. And so from that aspect, it was successful because communism only managed to get into Cambodia and Laos. But they had plans on taking over Thailand and the Philippines and Indonesia. And if you read, I've forgotten his name, but the fellow who was the premier or prime minister of Indonesia, he said that the Vietnam War stopped communism from being successful in taking over his country. So that was what it was about in the most simplest way to describe it. What music did you not expect to like before you started your YouTube channel, but now? Well, gosh, Chris, it's it's hard to say because I didn't know about it before I started my channel. That's the thing. I get introduced constantly to new artists, and some of them are a real delight. And for example, Amira Villighagen, excuse me, Amira Villighagen, oops, I need some water. Sorry. Amira Villighagen, Dimash Kudaibergen, Emma Cook, the list goes on and on. Angelina Jordan, Lucy Thomas was one I knew about before I started my channel, and I loved her voice. She has a beautiful voice. But the others, I didn't even know they existed until my channel. And then when people started requesting them, I went, wow, these people are really great. Gosh, I hate to leave anybody out, but golly, what's her name? The British singer. Gosh, my mind's a blank right now. But there's so many. It would be hard for me. I mean, I would say I have. Let me take a look here and see exactly what I have. I have 376 playlists. Now, let me tell you about playlists. I don't make a playlist unless I do 2 or more reactions to an artist. There are some exceptions where somebody is so remarkable that I just go ahead and make a playlist because I'm certain I will do more. One example of that is Mission Souls. I don't have any requests for them, but I had one. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Let me check. Let's see. Yeah, I had one request for Mission Souls. And as soon as I heard them, I said, okay, I've got to make a playlist for these people because I know I'm going to do more. And actually, if you're at all familiar with my channel, you know about my bonus videos. Well, in my list of upcoming bonus videos, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs from them that I want to play. It'll take me probably 2 months to get to all of them, but I eventually will. But that's kind of the short answer. I would say, let me read your question again and then answer it directly. What music did you not expect to like before you started your YouTube channel, but now do like? Baby metal. That would be one for sure. Baby metal. Oh gosh, there's so many. Lots and lots of people. Try the number 41. Well, actually, the very first song available on my list is number 45 because the previous numbers are all blocked for copyright. And I leave them up on the list so that you can see what YouTube is doing. So let me see. The very first one on the list is 45, which is Zach Bryan singing Pain, Sweet Pain. And that's coming up the next time I react, which might be a while if I can't figure out how to get the browser to work. Do you know that 75% of your YouTube users are from India? Well, first of all, how do you know that? And secondly, I don't think that's true. I have viewers from all over. Are you talking about YouTube in general or just my channel? If it's my channel, I don't think that's true. Great to see you doing a lot, Paul, and glad you are moving away from the stringent list. I'll be requesting more, Angelina. What do you like to do in your free time? Well, I don't know if I would say I have free time. Basically, I'll tell you what I do each day. I get up in the morning, I eat breakfast, and then I have to do a breathing treatment. I have a problem with my lungs, which the doctors can't figure out what it is, and so they put me on breathing treatments to try and help with that. And so I do a breathing treatment, and while I'm doing that, I listen to the Bible, usually at least 4 or 5 chapters. I have an app on my phone that I use for that, and I start listening with Genesis, and I work my way through the Bible, and then when I finish, I start over. So right now, I'm back in Exodus in chapter 16, I think I'm on now. And sometimes I'll stop right in the middle of my Bible reading to ask Grok a question. Grok is the AI that I use about a verse or a word in a verse. What's the Hebrew word behind this word? That kind of thing. Once I've finished my breathing treatment, excuse me. Once I've finished my breathing treatment and the Bible reading, I have a lot of things that I do. I have to care for my wife because while she is ambulatory, she has a walker and it's difficult for her to get around. And so I fix her breakfast, I fix her meals, I get her water from the fridge and that kind of stuff. Anything that she needs, I'll stop what I'm doing and go take care of that. But a lot of days I'll work on genealogy. I have done a ton of genealogy work. Right now I'm working on the ancestors of the family of a man that was a good friend of mine that passed away in May. And I'm doing it for his wife because I know it would bless her. So I do genealogy a lot of days, not every day, but a lot of days. We often have doctor's appointments we have to go to, which where we live, it takes us a good 30 to 40 minutes to get to the doctor. And then the appointments are usually an hour to 2 hours long at least. So it takes a better part of the day, 4 to 5 hours to do all that. So some days that's all I have time for is that, and then I do my reactions when I get home. I usually try to do my reactions about around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I don't always get to that, especially if I have doctor's appointments. I end up doing it later in the evening. Okay, I'm going to have to translate this, so give me a second. Okay. Choose what you love. Okay. Choose what you love. Let me see. I don't know if you can speak English, so I'm going to respond to you in Hungarian. Okay? Oh. Okay. Okay. Please. I'm talking to AI right now. Please translate my reply. Yes. Choose what you love is on my list. Okay, there we go. So, how do I reply to you? Okay. Okay. Is welcome to the show from My Little Pony in your queue. Is that the name of the song? Welcome to the show from, okay, My Little Pony. Let me check that. My Little Pony. Welcome to the show. No, welcome to the show from My Little Pony is not in my queue. I'm sorry. Lara Fabian, yes. Fantastic singer. I waited till this day so I could in my request, because I know my song wasn't going to be in your video, so I waited. I don't know what you mean by that. What was life like during the Vietnam War? Gosh. Well, this is going to seem weird, but the reception that the troops got when they came home was horrible. And even though I didn't serve in the war, it affected me. It affected me so powerfully that for 35 years, I wouldn't even talk about my service. If anybody asked me if I was in the service, I would just say no. That's how much it affected me. It wasn't until the 2000s when a master sergeant who had fought in Afghanistan chewed me out and said, "You need to be proud of your service," that I finally began to open up and say, okay, I'll talk about it. That's how powerful that denigration of the troops was for me personally. Now, other guys it didn't seem to affect at all, but it affected me and it affected a lot of other troops. It was tough. It was really tough. Yes, Ashley, my day is going well. Are you linking the anime music requested? I don't know what that means. Am I getting excited for the Dimash concert? Oh yes. I, I'm looking forward. You know what I'm really looking forward to? I am looking forward to Dimash singing. There's no question about that. But what I'm really looking forward to is meeting the deers that come to my channel. That is going to be so much fun. I just can't wait. I'm going to be at the pre-party on Saturday evening. So if you're there, be sure to look me up and say hello and introduce yourself because I want to meet you. Golly, I was not expecting this many people to show up. What is baby metal? I have no idea. Okay, a baby metal fan can probably tell you a lot more than I can, but they're a Japanese metal band, but they're not. It's three girls backed by absolutely fantastic musicians, but they do. It's not like it's metal, but it's not like the metal that you might think of. It's kind of well, it's fun metal is what I would call it. Okay. Well, I wanted to react to music in the stream, Callier, but I can't because I can't get the browser to show up in my software. I just updated the software right before it came online, and apparently it changed something, and I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to figure it out before I can do another reaction. So, gosh, I really wanted to do some music, but right now I just can't. Is that when you play on a Fisher Price guitar? That must not be for me. When would you? Yeah. Would I go to a concert by Amira if she came to the U.S.? You bet I would. Absolutely. Okay, Tatake. I would love to do that, but I have over 3,500 requests in my queue, and it's just not fair to all those people that already made their requests for me to jump somebody ahead in the line. Now, I do occasionally see a comment and of something that interests me, and then I will do that as a bonus video. So if you will put a comment in a request for that, I might do it. I can't promise you, but it's possible I could. Thank you, Terry. Oh. Thank you, Ikaka. Is that Ikaika? 50? Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I can. This is all so new to me that I just have to kind of plow my way through it. Yeah, the problem is I need to. And the closest forest area to me is probably 25 or 30 miles away, at least. And probably more like, well, now more like 60. Azure Grok is fun, but you can't trust him. You have to be very careful about what you take from what he says. I'll just give you an example. I gave Grok a long list of requirements that I had for him to make selections for me. And no matter how specific I got, he continued to screw up. He still screws up. Every single time I request them, he screws it up. So I really have to watch him closely. There are some things you can trust him on, the other things that you just have to be very careful with. What time is it for me right now? It's 2:53. So almost 3 o'clock my time, p.m. Have you ever thought of doing gameplay? No. Have zero interest. How long have I been retired now? Since 2015. 10 years. Yay. You are so kind. My husband could almost cooks almost all our meals. If I try to help, he tells me to get out of the kitchen. Well, you have a wonderfmy husband then. The kind you should have. That's what you deserve. What do you think of the My Lai massacre? Oh my God. It's, I don't know a veteran that doesn't despise the people that did that. It was disgusting. It was horrendous. It's the worst thing they could have possibly done. And there's absolutely no excuse for it. And the way that they were handled through the judicial system of the military was shameful. They should have been put in prison for life or put to death. That's my opinion. Okay? Now, having said that, a lot of people aren't aware that the North Vietnamese communists committed far worse massacres. As a matter of fact, I actually wrote the Wikipedia page on the Hue massacre, where they slaughtered over 5,000 Vietnamese and Americans and Germans. They killed Catholic priests. They buried them alive. Okay, so while My Lai is horrible and it never should have happened, and they should have been punished to the max, it pales in comparison to what the communists did. The communists went into a village. Excuse me. The communists went into a village in South Vietnam and killed over 300 Montagnards. The Montagnards are a population of mountain people that lived in South Vietnam. They killed over 300 of them with flamethrowers. I mean, you know, the problem is you've only heard one side of the story. And again, My Lai was horrible. It was disgusting. It was the most putrid thing you could possibly do. And there's absolutely no excuse for it. And they should have been punished severely. In my opinion, they should have been put to death. But, you know, we don't control what the government does. And what can I say? I mean, it happened. It never should have happened, but it did. Good afternoon, Paul. So are you getting excited? Yes, I already answered you on that. The My Lai massacre was done. What? Oh. Is this a song? The My Lai massacre. Maybe I was talking about the wrong thing. How long does it take to watch 6 videos, edit them, and upload all of them? And will you react to videos today? It takes me about 3 hours. And yes, I plan on doing reactions today, but I got to get this problem with my software fixed first. I don't know if I'll get it done. Am I the one they gave the nickname I'm still alive? Okay. My daughter is here, so I will have to catch up later. Oh, no problem. I'm from Sweden. It's nice to know more about you. I have followed you since the first reaction of Angelina's stuff. I'm a true angel since 2014. Well, I don't know if you've seen this on my channel, but my mother's parents are from Sweden. They actually immigrated to America in the late 1800s. So I have, I guess you could say I'm half Swedish. The other half is mutt. Well, people, I was at Ukraine and many places. If you can, phone the government, the Philippine government. I was at the court and I delivered all the evidence. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there. Okay. Wow. I can't. Where is the pre-party? Gosh. Let me see. I should have that in my email. is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The pre-party is that's the hotel. I can't remember, and I don't seem to be able to find it, but it's on Fifth Avenue somewhere. I think it's fairly close to the event. I'm not too worried about it because I'm hooked up with the Texas Demolished fan club, and so I'm counting on them to get me to the right place. Okay. Okay. Link, thank you very much. I've gotten interesting responses to that video. Some people have been angry with me. Some people have said, "Man, you hit the nail on the head." So it's, I guess, typical. I love you, King. Thank you, Ethel. Ethel Kane lover. Are you using OBS? Yes, I am. Yes, I still need to learn. I've got to learn how to make it work with live stream, because this is the first live stream I've ever done. It's all brand new to me, and somehow when I started up OBS today, it prompted me there was an update, so I ran the update, and now I can't get Chrome to show up on the screen, and so I got to figure that out, or I won't be able to do reactions. Well, Ethel Kane lover, I will. They're on my list. I'll get to them when they get picked. Thank you, Monica. I think we've interacted before. Well, isn't that what a bot would say, Mandalore? Nah, I'm not a bot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what a bot would say. And I'm not sure why you're in my chat here, since you have nothing to do with what's going on here. Yeah, I think I'm going to block this guy. Let's see. Mandalore, Imperator. How do I block him? Yeah, hide the user. There you go. All right, Mandalore's gone. We don't need him in here. Time to take your meds. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Mandalore's out of here. What was the most surprising or wholesome video? Wow. Let's see. Gosh. That's hard to say. There have been so many. I think the ones that really get to me are the ones where it's kids like Connie Talbot or Angelina when she was real young, or Amira when she was real young. Those are the ones that. Oh, and the most surprising of all was Damasha singing SOS. If you go back and look at my reaction to that, you'll see that's one of the few times when you saw major reaction from me. My mouth was hanging open. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Can we hear your thoughts on the Palestinian situation? And I love your videos. Well, war is always horrible. And the war in Palestine is no exception. And the worst thing about war is that it kills a lot of civilians. And unfortunately, you can't separate the civilians from the combatants. And so there's going to be unavoidable loss that is never, I was going to say worth it, but that's such a lousy way to put that. It's never acceptable. Okay? What Hamas did was horrific. And what Hamas is doing now is horrific. They're using the Palestinian civilians as human shields. And there's no excuse for that. It's a war crime, plain and simple. And while Israel has made mistakes, and every country does in war, it's like almost impossible not to make a mistake in the fog of war. They've at least tried to be humane in the way that they're fighting. I wish we could end it tomorrow. I really do. And I wish the Palestinians could have peace because they deserve it. Excuse me. What are your thoughts on the USSR? I've met some really wonderful people on my channel that are Russians. And I think they have a rich history, and they love music just like we do. The government is not the best, but they're not the only ones. My government has done some horrible things. And they've done horrible things to Russia. I could talk about that for a long time because I did a lot of research on that. I just think we need to stop demonizing each other and just start to listen to each other. Yeah, I definitely want to meet some more deers too. There's no way for me to. I don't even see how I can put a smiley on your thing. Okay, maybe I can do that. Here we go. Wow. I am so ignorant of all this stuff, it's ridiculous. I have to applaud you for everything you do. God bless, sir. Thank you, Andrew. AI isn't allowed to talk about certain things. Well, that's probably true. You have to remember that AI is written by humans. Excuse me. So it's going to be a reflection of them. Whoever them is. What was the most surprising? Okay, can we hear your thoughts on the Palestinian? Need your take on Gaza versus Israel. I wish it would end. For both sides. It's horrible. I can't imagine what it's like to be a Palestinian right now. And I've had some Palestinians on my channel, and my heart goes out to them. It has to be absolutely horrendous to be there. I don't think that the I don't think that the news reports the reality on the ground. They sometimes, they go for the sensational, so they always overemphasize things that are sensational and underemphasize the normal stuff, if you want to call it that. That's one of the motivations behind me doing interviews of the people on my channel, because for me, these are the salt of the earth. These are the most, you folks are the most wonderful people I've ever met. And I would love to interview you and get to know you. And you don't have to be famous to be interviewed. I once I once wrote a silly email to the channel PBS, where they do the Roots thing, saying, you ought to interview some normal people because they always do stars, And I'm thinking, stars are great, but what about the rest of us? And they just came back and said, we don't have time for that. Hello from Iran. Seriously? Wow. You're online? Wow, that's fantastic. Discount orangutan. Oh. Hello, everyone. Can't stay for long, but wanted to wish you well, Paul, and say thank you for your Ren reactions in person. Thank you, Miss Me Kate. What artist do you wish to go to a concert to besides Dimash and Amira? Well, I'd love to see Gigi Vibes. Emma Cook, absolutely. And Andre Rieu, but I know that I can't do that because he's not coming to America anymore. I actually have a viewer, longtime viewer, who has told me that if he ever wins the lottery, he's going to pay for me to come over there, and then we're going to go to a concert together. That would be so fantastic. That would be so much fun. I love Andre Rieu. I think he's fantastic. Those are just a few. Lucy Thomas, gosh, there's so many. And I've never been a concert goer. Before I went to the Randy Travis concert, I'd been to one concert in my entire life, and that was a cover band of the Grateful Dead. I did it for a friend of mine, and it was a small venue. It was so loud it hurt my ears, and I said, I'm never doing that again. Why did Israel decide? I think you'd have to ask Israel that. I don't know why they do a lot of things. You check your email. I sent you instructions to set up your web browser on your OBS again. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Let me see. If I could do that now, I could actually... Okay. 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 Yeah, I tried that. I can try it again. Let me see. I have, well, I had it set up. I don't have it anymore. Let me get it set up. Let's see. Control C, Control A. Okay. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm going into OBS and I'm going to add a browser to this screen, to this scene. Okay. And control audio. Say okay. Hey,
stabbing your face with needles.
Holy crap.
Sounds terrifying,
What is that, though?
but here's the reason why you may want to do this. This is Cure's microinfusion system. It's gone viral several times on social media. The benefits encompass most of your aging concerns. They help the improvement of fine lines and wrinkles, helps with tone.
Yes, I'm sure I want to. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't even know what that page is because it's not the one that I put up on the screen. Let me try the way I've been doing it and see if it works. We're going to go down to the reaction screen and go to screen capture and Google Chrome. Say OK. Yeah, see, it's blank. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Hopefully it works when I'm not streaming. I don't know why it doesn't work when I am streaming, but whatever. I'll just have to deal with it later. Could you check your email? Okay. I'm waiting till you get to my request about Latvian music group. Otra Pus. Let me see. You know what? I've got several requests for them. So there's a good chance it might get picked. We'll just have to see. It'll show up when it shows up. I'm not trying to be trite, but you never know. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. You just don't know because they're selected randomly by AI. Excuse me. I don't want to talk about geopolitics. I just want to say hello live and wish you all the best. I hope you keep enjoying music along with us for many, many years. That is my plan, Coma. That is my plan. As I've said more than once on my channel, I plan on living to be 120. So we'll be doing music for a while. Thank you, Humble Ship. Thank you, Strawberries. Hello from North Korea. Are you serious? I didn't even know they had internet in North Korea. Hello from Hong Kong. Good morning. How's it going? Well, it's not morning here, but okay. Hi from France, Denmark. Look at this. Montreal. My God. Scotland. Wow. Wow. What are you dealing with? I just jumped on. I set up a live stream. This is Heart Echoes Music asking me this question. I set up a live stream so that my viewers could ask me questions. And I was hoping to play music, but I can't get it to work. So we're just talking. And I've answered a number of questions. Are you still letting AI pick your songs? I thought you had to stop doing it. Okay, Julia, here's what I'm doing now with AI. I'm telling AI, give me a list of 6 numbers chosen completely randomly from my list. That's all I want from him because he can't get the songs right, he can't get the singers right, he can't get the requesters right, and he can't get the comments right. So all I have him do is just give me a list of 6 numbers. And I'm very specific. I want the first song that's on the list. Then I want another song from the first 1,000. Then I want 2 songs from the second 1,000 and 2 songs from the third 1,000. So just give me numbers. I'll figure out the rest myself. North Korea, that would be crazy if Kim was watching. Ha! Yeah. Oh, that would be, yeah. I don't think Kim is watching me. I don't think he even knows I exist. Oh, Lord. Buzz, thank you very much. Golly days. I sure wish I could get the the video working, but for some reason, it's not, and I don't know why, because it's the same setup I've been using for a long time, and suddenly it's not working. So I'm afraid that it's something having to do with the update I just did. I'm going to have to check on the forum and find out. Davina Michelle made a follow-up video of what crazy things happened to her after Pink watched fan covers, which was a wholesome video you really liked. Davina's video is on your request list. Oh, cool. That sounds like fun. Your reactions are wonderful. I wish there weren't so many. I have not put a request because over 3,000 is a year's worth. You are just too fun. Well, you know, Julia, the truth is, someone's probably already requested the songs you want to hear. It's not out of the realm of possibility, for sure, because with over 3,000, or actually over 3,500, it could be in there. So I actually had a viewer who said, "I'm working my way through your reactions, and you're outworking me. I can't keep up." That cracked me up. I thought that was so funny because I'm not really working that hard. I'm not. I swear to God, it's fun to do these. It takes me maybe. Oh, look, what I got going on there now. What the heck is that? Something popped up on my screen now. What in the world? How is that even possible? Gosh. I don't know how somebody is doing that to me, I think. Superimposing a live on my live, is that possible? Because I don't have anything on this particular scene except my camera and my mic, and that's it. Wow. Huh. Okay. Chris, that sounds like fun. I may have to go look for that one specifically. I saw there was a video playing a few minutes ago. Maybe try what you did there. Yeah, it wasn't my video. It was somebody else's. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody's intruded on my stream. Yeah, Julie. Now with the AI, there's more variety. Instead, just one artist's reaction. It makes it more fun, I feel. But yeah, it's difficult to watch them all. Yeah. Well, I watch every one of them. I've watched every single one of my videos because I made them. Oh, Lord. Seems like several people here could help you with the music streaming. I sure can't, but one of the nice people can. I'm in a few music streams a week, and they are a blast. Yeah, I just need time to fiddle with it, see if I can do a private stream and figure out what's going on without subjecting you to my stupidity. But we'll see. The next one will be better, I promise. You're outpacing us all, Paul. What's in your water? I've always been very healthy. I'm 77. I'll be 78 in September. And the only problem I have is a slight blood pressure problem. And then my lung situation, which to me, I don't think is serious. The doctor seems to think it might be, but she can't pin it down. So I'm not too worried about it. I just keep chugging along. I think you need to add a limit of 5 songs per person because, yeah, well, see, the problem with that, only Smitty, is I have no way to do that. I really don't. What do you think about U.S. Special Forces on cartels in Mexico? Oh, I hope that never happens. Oh my God, that would be horrible. that would be a bloody mess. And that would be, God, I can't even imagine the trouble that would cause. I hope to God they never do that. Oh my God. No, absolutely not. The Davina Michelle video is called How Pink Music Made Me Famous. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but then I got to have a server stillborn, and I don't have one. Let me see if I can find this request. How Pink Made Me Famous. That sounds really fascinating. Ah, there it is. Oh gosh, it's only number 187. You never know, I might get to that soon. Huh. Yeah. What about Discord? The only issue with Discord is that it has security issues. Well, I know you youngsters use a lot of this stuff, but frankly, I just don't want to complicate my life that much. I've heard of Discord. I know very little about it. Excuse me. I know very little about it. I don't know, how it would help me, and it would mean I would have to learn a new system, and I got enough on my hands as it is. Thank you, Coma. Yeah, you know what? I've said it before on my channel. I have people from every continent, except the North and South Poles, Antarctica and North Pole, and the Arctic, I guess it's called, is the continent. And almost every nation in the world. It's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought I would have ended up doing this and have people from all over the world. Do you have anyone who can help you make one in person? What are you talking about, Milo? Or Mickey? 25-year-old, I've been pleasantly surprised by your unique thoughts from your videos, and I appreciate your wisdom for young folks like me. Thank you. Well, thank you, Sir Maximus. I guess I have learned a little bit in 77 years, and I try to share my thoughts with people because I think the world needs to sit back and think a little bit more and talk a little less, and meditate. Julia, no, not in my wildest dreams. It's kind of crazy. What time do you upload your video? I'll get back to you in just a minute, Julia. Chris, I upload my videos when I finish them, which is usually sometime around 10 or 11 o'clock, midnight, somewhere in that range. I go to bed about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get up until 9 or 10 or 11. So, I'm retired, so I can do what the heck I want. And that's what I do. Julie, I thought when I started my channel I might have 10 or 20 viewers. I really did. I thought probably nobody cares to hear what I have to say. And it started out like that, but then I did a reaction to Oliver Anthony's Richmond, North of Richmond, and it just blew up. And it's been blowing up ever since, and it blows my mind. I'm absolutely amazed that this many people from every place in the world, from all over, come to my channel, and they say the nicest things to me. And probably 40% of it I have to translate because I don't know the language. That blows my mind. I mean, I have people from Russia telling me that I'm wonderful. People from Venezuela, from Brazil, from everywhere. It's just very humbling and very, very humbling. It really is. Do you have a request open right now? How to apply? No, unfortunately, I can't get the music to work. So until I can get that sorted out, but you know, it's an idea. It's to do once a week, maybe do a live stream where I just do open requests, and you know, whoever asks first gets theirs listened to. That'd be kind of cool. Sorry. Can anyone help you make a server for people to request stuff so it's easier and goes more smoothly? Well, okay. I imagine if there's somebody out there who wants to do that, you know, I'd be amenable to that idea. I don't have the money to pay for a server. And then the problem is I manage 2 servers on the internet now, Vietnam Veterans for Factual History and the stovebolt.com site. And I can tell you it's a lot of work to manage a server. I forgot to mention that's one of the things I do. I've been doing that for years. Like Stovebolt I've been doing for 25 years. And VVFH I've been doing for probably 10 or 12 now. I don't get paid for that. It's totally volunteer. But it is a lot of work. And it requires constant maintenance. So it wouldn't be something I would want to tackle personally. Your suggested number 51 title. Well, I mean, if you're in position number 51, I'll be getting to you very shortly, like 6 days from now. Adventures in live streaming. Yes, you're right, Ann. It's yeah. If I wasn't the kind of person I am, I would be embarrassed by this. But I just realize, you know, when you do new stuff, things are not going to work the way you expect, and you just have to be willing to accept that. I wish talking cost money, the way people would think about what to say. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Well, you know what that makes me think of is every time you cuss, you got to put 50 cents in the jar. We did that when we were young. Maybe you can ask people to add Gmail in their request, and if they spam them, block them. Thank you, Michelle. So okay, I need to talk about my philosophy a little bit, I guess. When I decided to do my channel the way that I do it, I did that because I wanted people to have a voice. You know, so many reaction channels you see, the reactor reacts to the songs they want to react to. Occasionally they'll take a request, but not very often. And they hardly ever read the comments. And I felt like if you're coming to a YouTube channel to watch what that person is doing, you deserve to be recognized. And so I read every single comment that's made on my channel. I read comments every single day. And if it's something that I think is noteworthy, I'll put a heart on it. If I need to reply, I'll reply. But I read every single comment. I've had several people say in the comments, oh, he doesn't read comments. And I always reply, yes, I do. I'm reading yours. So that's one thing you need to know about me is that my channel is for you. That's why I'm doing it, for you. So I want you to be blessed when you come here. And that means that you have to have your request honored and you have to have your voice honored. And that's why I'm doing this. Um, I was never expecting to have 3,500 requests in the queue. When I first started, I was doing this on a manually maintained spreadsheet, and it didn't take me long to figure out, okay, I'm going to get overwhelmed, so I need to automate this. And so I set up Google Sheets for the request request list, and Google Forms for the request form. But there's no way to limit the number of requests that a person makes, and I'm not sure I really want to do that, because excuse me, not everyone wants to make requests. Some people just like to listen to music, and they don't really have something, that's burning in their heart that they want me to react to. Other people have lots of things they want me to react to. I mean, I've got one viewer who emails me almost every day. He loves Amira, and he's constantly keeping me up to date on what's going on with Amira and giving me links and stuff. And he's made numerous requests on my list. I wouldn't want to tell him, no, you can't do that. I don't think that's... I think it's disrespectful, to be honest. You're when you come to my channel, you're taking time out of your day to spend time with me. The least you deserve is my attention. That's just how I feel. I really liked your reactions to Andre Rieu and insights that he is a great showman. I hope you will react to more. I have more on the list. Yeah. Please see my reply in the email. I made a mistake, but like you said, you can't mess with it. You can mess with it later. Yeah, I will. I'm from Mexican. You mean you are Mexican? And I think you are amazing. Thank you. Thanks. Excuse me. Stillborn Parish, thank you for coming. Yeah, I'm sure it is late and hungry. It's got to be at least, 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Have a good night's rest. If you get live streaming going really well, you would need a moderator to help you, someone who is great with tech and can help you upload videos if you get to where you do more than talk. No. Moderator can also deal with trolls. I'm not good at that stuff, but all the streamers I watch use a moderator to help them in live streams. Well, gosh. See, I'm trying to keep this simple. I really am. The way you're doing your request works for you. You don't need to complicate it. I would advise against making a Discord channel. Thank you, Lank. A Discord server is much simpler. It's free and requires nothing other than opening one and maybe creating some channels to talk in. It's more like a group chat with rooms, like Slack if you know it. Yeah, but see, then I got to spend time there. And I know I'm retired, but my time is precious, and I like to spend it with you. Doris, I'm going to have to translate that. Okay. Please translate this. Okay. 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 No, you said you're not interested in limiting requests, but in case you change your mind, this is an English stream. Okay. Let me see. I gotta go scroll back up because I missed some. Okay. Does anyone know if there's a way to do subtitles in chat? I don't see it. I don't think there is. Okay. I know you said you're not. Okay. Suddenly you have 50 opinions coming at you. Yeah, it's okay. A quick tip to translate things: you can just highlight the text and right click and then, yeah. That's the problem with that is that you'd have to be constantly copying and pasting the whole chat window. I don't think that's practical. Please never stop playing for us at the end, praying for us at the end. Oh, no, that's never going to happen. Not till the day I die. Actually, I'll still be praying for you in heaven. Excuse me. Chris, I've thought about that, and I probably would be willing to do it, but not until I've done some interviews with people from my channel, so I can get interviewing under my belt and get comfortable with it before I don't want to get on with Ren and make a fool of myself. And I have some questions I'd like to ask him, so I'd like to be ready for that before I do it. But yes, I have considered it. Excuse me. Navigating empty nest. Well, I'm 77 and my nest still isn't empty. My 44-year-old daughter lives with us. What's my favorite food? Oh gosh. My wife makes an enchilada casserole that is out of this world, and I love that. And she also makes a breakfast casserole which has sausage and eggs in it, and I love that. Eberg wants to know my musical background. Kristen says, when's my birthday? It's September 13th. My musical background, let's see. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, I started taking piano lessons, and I did that until I graduated from high school. I also sang in choirs in church and in school, and I played the part of Lancelot in the musical Camelot, and also played a part in My Fair Lady. But that was a long time ago. What do you usually do for my birthdays? Nowadays, very little. Cake and ice cream, that's about it. I don't need anything, you know. God has taken care of me so well that I need nothing. You were born in 47, right when the Roswell UFO incident happened. How many children do you have? I have three girls. Does your daughter know that you make videos and streams like this? She knows about the videos. I don't know if she knows that I'm doing live streaming because this is my first one. And she's at her boyfriend's today, so you're making me hungry. If you could have my wife's enchilada casserole, you would satisfy your hunger. I guarantee you. It is delicious. Will you try playing games on stream? No, I'm not going to do games. Okay, what is Doris saying here? I want to see that. Sorry, bear with me. I have to translate the Spanish. Okay, and get back to Doris. Okay, I want to try that casserole. I can give you the recipe. Thank you, Eberg. Have you seen The King of the Hill? I think, isn't King of the Hill the one with the, gosh, what's his name? The chubby guy? Chubby guy that drives the truck? If it is, yes, I've seen that. My favorite instrument is the guitar. No question about it. How many states have I been to? Gosh. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 40. I haven't been to Hawaii. I haven't been to Alaska. I've been to Oregon, but I haven't been to Washington. Maybe 47, maybe 46, somewhere around there. Most of them, let's put it like that. Julia, absolutely, I have a wider appreciation of different genres. Yes, I mean, before I started my channel, I never listened to rap. I hated rap. But then I found Dax, and I was really impressed by him. He did a mashup of north of Richmond, which was my first listen to him, and then it just went on from there. Through him, I found Tom McDonald and Chris Webby, and then people started making requests for rappers, and I actually have on my list today a cooking vlog. No, I can't cook. I can burn water. I'm good at microwaving stuff. Oh, you're right. That's King of Queens. Absolutely Hank for Angela. What other food does your wife make? I bet it's, well, okay. She doesn't do much cooking anymore because of her disabilities. But in her heyday, she could make, what do you call that? Not chopsteak, but chicken fried steak and fried chicken that would melt in your mouth. She's always been a great baker. We do something now, which I have to do all the prep for, but it was her idea, and it worked out really well. Is we take, excuse me, gosh. We take it's not Polish sausage. It's some kind of sausage. I'm not sure what it is now. We take a sausage and cut it up, put in cut up potatoes and carrots and onions, mix it with all in a big old bowl with olive oil, and then bake it in the oven for 20 minutes at 425 and then 20 more minutes at 350, and it is delicious. It makes a great meal, and it's not that hard to put together. Were you into metal before you started? Well, is Whitesnake metal? Yeah. Alice Cooper. I wasn't really into metal per se, but there were certain songs that I really liked. Like I always liked School's Out. That's why I played it the other day. I always liked Here I Go Again, which I played yesterday. And there's some others, but no, like Black Sabbath and those guys, I didn't listen to them very much at all. I would listen to their songs if they were on the radio, but they weren't ones that I found attractive. Grease. And you're playing guitar. I wish we could hear it. Oh, gosh. Can you maybe elaborate what videos besides videos of songs you watch on your channel? I've seen you watch military videos on your channel, but are all videos welcome or any topic if interesting? Well, Chris, excuse me. I would like to stay away from politics, geopolitics, because it's such a controversial subject, and it creates dissent and discord. And I'm not interested in doing that. I'm here to bless people, not get them riled up. And so I wouldn't, like current events, like there are channels that focus entirely on what's going on in the U.S. and the news. And I do watch some of those occasionally, but no, I would not want to do that at all. I have done, excuse me, gosh, I got a frog in my throat. I have done videos on archaeology from the Expedition channel. I love that channel. I watch it a lot. And I do pay attention to archaeology a lot, especially biblical archaeology. And I'd love to do more of that, but I have so many music requests that I've kind of put that on the back burner. I have thought several times about doing that, though. Oh, here we go. I got another one from Doris. Let me see what she says. Sorry about this, but I don't speak Spanish, so I just type into Grok, please translate this, and paste in the comment, and then I can find out what she said. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm still thinking about your question, Chris. I guess, any kind of the trouble with documentaries is they're so long, but any kind of nature videos, particularly whales, I'd be interested in those. Or any kind of, I love nature. Anything having to do with animals, I love. as long as it's not, like gross stuff. Am I a football fan? Well, if we're talking about soccer, no. If we're talking about U.S. football, sort of. I used to watch professional football. I don't watch that anymore. I do try to follow the Colorado Buffaloes because of Deion Sanders. I watched their game last night. Heart echoes music. Yeah, I'm the same way. I do have an appreciation for rap now that I didn't have before, although I still don't like the ones where they cuss a lot, or they use the N-word a lot, or they, golly days, is it that close to 4 o'clock? I guess I'm going to have to go long. Like, I guess what they call gangster rap, that doesn't interest me at all. I'd love that lasagna. You know what my absolute favorite restaurant dish is? Olive Garden's fettuccine alfredo with chicken with shrimp added in. Oh, that's a good dish. I love that. And it makes 2 meals for me. Reacting to history videos. Yeah, as long as they're not super long, like 20 minutes or less. Link, you're right. Yes, you're absolutely right. Music is our escape from politics. What was it like growing up in the 50s and 60s? Well, for me, I had a very loving family, so it was wonderful. I enjoyed every minute of it. My parents were always very physical, hugging, kissing me. My finger hurts from pressing the heart button. Oh, excuse me. I remember enjoying school. I remember a math teacher that I had by name because I liked her so much. I remember that I scored real high on the typing in the typing class. I just had fun. I was enjoying life. When I was a teenager, the Beatles became famous, and I bought their first album, but I didn't have a record player, so I had to go over to a friend's house to play it. And one thing I remember, I've talked about this on my channel before, is there's a song called, well, I don't know what the title of it is, but it starts out, "My Venus in blue jeans, Mona Lisa with a ponytail." And I liked that song so much that I learned to play it on the piano and sing it. And I was playing and singing it one day when my mother comes running into the room and says, "What did you just sing?" And I looked at her and I said, "My Venus in blue jeans?" And she says, "Oh, Venus? Oh," and she turned red as a beet and went out. I'll never forget that. That was so hilarious. You had to know my mother. She was a very religious and very, how do I put this? Not strict, but severe comes to mind. Well, I'll give you an example. My brother David had a heart attack, and he was his heart was fibrillating, and he suffered brain damage, and they rushed him to the hospital. And so I came up from Dallas this is in where do they live now? Nebraska. I came up from Texas to Nebraska to see him, and since I was the eldest, I got elected to go tell Mom. So I went and got her and brought her to the hospital, and we went into his room, And I stood on one side of the bed, she stood on the other side, and we held his hands. And he was unconscious, obviously. He never regained consciousness. And there was a few moments of silence, and then my mother looked at me and she said, "This should have been you, you know." Now, my wife was outraged, but it didn't bother me at all because I understood what my mom was saying. She was saying she couldn't understand how David could have a heart attack because he worked hard physical labor all his life. I worked behind a desk. So, and I was overweight. At that time, I weighed almost 300 pounds. So she couldn't understand why he had the heart attack and I didn't. She just put it perhaps inadroitly. So that was my mom. I loved her to death. Try Kalendra with Bardargan lyrics in Old Norse, so hard to understand, even for me who is Norwegian. Doris. Oh, okay. Have you ever skateboarded? No. I tried out for the football team when I was in college, and I got injured in practice and never pursued it after that. I wanted to play in high school, but my parents wouldn't let me. They said it was too dangerous. What time's it in the States? Well, where I am, it's 4:01 p.m. I'm one of those who think you have to live it and not be on your phone all the time. Yeah, I would agree with that. Doris has switched to English. Hi, Doris. When requests come open, I'll have to request some Sabaton songs, which is a metal band. Well, make sure you search my list because I have several Sabaton requests on it already. Do you have any Beatles songs? You know, I don't think I do. No. Oh, no, I don't. Isn't that weird? No Beatles songs. The translator is helping me a lot. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Do you work out now? No. I did. I used to go to a gym, and then they started ripping people off. Not the gym, but the people who came there would break into would break into people's lockers and steal their stuff, and so I quit going. And then I know what time it is. My wife is saying it's 4:00. I started working out with a friend over Zoom, but then she was traveling and we quit doing that, and we haven't started back up, but we will. Sorry about my brother. Yeah, he died 6 months later after getting pneumonia in the hospital. Link, you're probably right. All I got to do. Okay. Yeah. I need to call quits to this because I run upskill. I run this entirely by myself. I have no help. I don't need any help, really. I'm gonna have to call it quits because my wife needs to take a shower, and whenever she takes a shower, I wash her back. So I really appreciate all of you coming, and I will be doing a new one sometime in the not too distant future where I interview one of my viewers, and I think you're going to find that very interesting. I'll let you know when it's coming up. Okay? Everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again on the other side. Thank you.